Hello, so driving tests and driving lessons have been suspended again because of the third lockdown. But when will driving tests resume? When will driving lessons resume? What happens if your theory test runs out soon? Well, let's go over all those things and more in this video. I'm going to put the dates of this in the description and in the comments because this is changing so fast that even by the time I can make these videos, the dates are moving around. So there will be a link in the description to the official DVSA announcement about this. So if you had a driving test booked in January 2021, that will now have been suspended and it's likely to be booked for sometime around April. Now this does depend on where you are in the UK. In most parts of the country, it tends to be around a 3 to 4 month waiting time for tests. They don't go beyond 4 months because many years ago they used to, and they got into trouble for the waiting times being too long, so now they cap them at 4 months. There is a whole page on my website which I'll link to in the description, which goes into great detail about that if you really want to know more about it. So when will driving lessons resume? Well, lessons will resume as soon as they possibly can. This is likely to be around 2 weeks before driving tests resume. It depends on how long the lockdown goes on for. Previously, back in March 2020, when the first lockdown began, they opened the test centres 2 weeks after lessons were allowed so that people could get some practice in before the driving test. So it all depends on how long this lockdown goes on for, which again I'll be updating in the comments and the description. I'll only make new videos on this topic if there's any real big news, because otherwise it gets confusing if I keep making loads and loads of videos. It's a lot easier if I just stick to putting all the comments and updates on this one video, so please check back here regularly for updates. So if your theory test certificate will be expiring, then unfortunately you will have to take it again. I've answered this question many times before, and the DVSA have repeatedly said they will not extend the theory test certificate expiry date, so please, there is no point in complaining about that. All these petitions you see online, there's no point in doing that. They're not going to change their mind. They've said over and over again they will not extend the theory test certificate under any circumstances. Interestingly though, they do that for ADI tests. That means driving instructor tests. ADI stands for Approved Driving Instructor. So the ADI tests, they are extending the theory tests for those under certain circumstances. So if you've got a Part 3 test coming up and your theory runs out, you need to check this to be sure because the rules are changing so fast, but they have been saying that they will honour Part 3 tests. The reason I'm talking about instructor tests is because this plays a part in getting the learner driver test done. There are examiners which are more qualified than your standard examiner. They're what you call DTAMs, which stands for Driver Trainer Assessment Manager. Those are people that normally only do driving instructor tests for people who are instructors or for people who want to become instructors. They're allocating 50% of those tests that instructors would normally be taking for learner drivers instead. So learner driving tests are the priority. So please spare a thought for people who are going through the process of becoming a driving instructor. It could well be a year between each test for instructors. So I will be putting more details in the comments in the description. Again, this situation changes so fast it's just hard to keep up with it. So whenever there's an update I'll be putting either a new video up or I'll be changing the links in the comments and the description to update you with the latest news. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with this suspension? Is it good? Is it bad? How's it been affecting you? Let me know, and if you've got any questions, I'll do my best to answer them as soon as I can. Check out these other videos on the screen to find out how you can get a driving test sooner and watch some driving tests in action to get loads of hints and tips on how to pass your driving test. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.